Student Video Challenge. This year's theme was about living and working on the moon and beyond, especially with NASA's focus on developing, you know, a station or using the moon as I'm not saying it correctly, but as a foundation or a place to then go to, you know, other extreme environments in our solar system. So we thought it was a very appropriate theme. We always give the students a few ideas, though we are completely open to their imagination and what they come up with. But again, we talked about they can celebrate the 50+ year anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission. They can feature a project that advances our understanding of living and working in extreme environments, or they can you know, talk about a future scenario on the moon that incorporates CTE or project-based learning. And actually, it doesn't have to be on the moon. It can be on Mars or on an asteroid, on any other kind of planetary body, or not even planetary, but well, planetary or asteroid or you know, a body within our solar system, I would say. So those submissions were due on March 2nd. And we have, last year we received 39 submissions, and this year we received 69. So we're really pleased with the increase in submissions. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the judging rubric. So for anyone who did it last year, it's fairly similar, and I will talk through the differences when I get to them. First of all, we're the first 20% is about, you know, does the video follow just the general submission guidelines? Is it 2 minutes or less in length? Is the video information accurate? Is it current? Is there anything inappropriate in it? Because that's, you know, we don't want that. Did the studio complete the necessary talent release form? If you're receiving them, they did. So in that field, I'll just put a straight yes in the Excel spreadsheet. And then we also tell them to please include the CTE Month and NASA HUNCH logos. And then we also, generally they put it at the end, but they can say it wherever they want. We have a statement that says, learn more about CTE at ctemonth.org and NASA HUNCH at nasahunch.com. So that's the first 20%. And when I send you the spreadsheet, we'll have fields for all of these. And you basically enter in either a yes or no, or a, you know, a 1 through 4 once we get to the point system. So the next area.
So Julia, I hate
yes,
to
yes, please.
But I did watch these videos, all 69 of them, and I know you judges are going to have a very difficult time in deciding which ones are the best.
Yes.
But one thing I did notice that deals with this guidelines is everyone almost was 2 minutes or less. There were a few that were 2.02 seconds or just a little bit over the 2 minutes. But I didn't want you judges to ding them on that, because if you watch their video, their actual video doesn't start for the first few seconds. And I think that's why they were a little bit over. But, you know, if they can go less, but no one really went over the 2 minutes as far as I noticed, except for some that didn't start on time and then they were a little over.
Okay, thank you for that. That's great guidance. Yes, I would say, especially if it doesn't start right away, you shouldn't count that against them at all. Right. Yes. Anything else, Flo, you'd like to say? I kind of messed up the description of an actual video competition.
No, you did really well. What NASA's plan is, and you were
lunar base. Lunar base is the word I was looking for.
What NASA plans to go to the moon to stay this time. So with the it's called Artemis mission, and some of the videos will talk about that. The Artemis mission is to go to the moon for first woman and next man to the moon, and we're going to keep our presence there, unlike the Apollo mission where we just went and left. And one other point that maybe will help you when you watch these videos is we plan to build what's called the Gateway platform, which is another space station. And some of the videos mention this. What the Gateway platform is it's going to orbit the moon. And so we're not going, last time in Apollo, we went directly from Earth to the moon. This time we're going from Earth to the Gateway platform, which will be orbiting the moon. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to get off this time in a very specific spot, actually the South Pole. And so this Gateway platform will allow us to get off at the South Pole. And then that's also the whole reason to go to the moon is so that we can go to Mars. So we're gonna, first we learned by going to the space station, which is only 250 miles above Earth. But now we're going to the moon, which is 238,000 miles from Earth. And that is our next step on our path to Mars. And some of the videos are about going beyond the moon.
Thank you. That's excellent. Excellent information and context for this. Thank you. So the next metric is on content quality. And one of the key components of this video challenge is to connect career and technical education with project-based learning. So we ask you to judge the videos on some of that as well. So 4 points is if the theme is, the connection is very obvious and you just think they've done a fantastic job. And I will say last year, I think they did do a fantastic job. So, I mean, I think a lot of them received a 4 and they deserved it. 3 is if you thought it was, you know, sort of an average connection. 2, it's mentioned, but it's, you know, it's not a great connection. And 1 point is there's no connection at all. It's just not even relevant. So the next category is what we've changed. Last year, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my notes. Last year, we called it memorable and innovative content. This year, instead of having a first, second, and third place, we're having just 3 categories, and they each win the same amount of money. It's $200 for the school, and then the students each receive a $25 gift card. And then NASA Hunch also has these beautiful plaques with NASA Hunch flown patches. They've been to the International Space Station. So each winning school will receive one of these. So we'll have most educational, most inspiring, and most creative. And so what I'll have you do is first, so this will be probably the most subjective category. And I realize there will be videos that cover all of these categories. So I'm just going to ask you to pick the one where it's, you know, dominates over the other. One is, so we have educational as, you know, is it informative? And then most inspiring, you know, is it moving? Is it uplifting? And then creative, is it imaginative or original? So I'm going to ask you to put them in one of those categories and then to rate it on a scale from 4 to 1, 4 being excellent and 1, you know, being below average. So that's how this contest is different this year. And then finally, we just ask you to judge the actual production quality. You know, are there smooth transitions? Is it well edited? Does it flow well? Can you hear everything clearly? Is the sound balanced? You know, is the video well planned? You know, how are the transitions? So basically these are the 4 categories. I will send you, last year we had each judge judge about 10 videos. So I think we'd like to do that this year if we have enough judges. If we have, you know, 15 judges, I'll divvy up the videos accordingly. So it would be less than 10. Do you all have any questions? This is really, I knew this would be a short presentation and call. And then we actually, we're looking to announce by mid-April. So if we have all the volunteers, you know, confirmed by either tomorrow or Monday, I send you all spreadsheets by next Tuesday and give you, I mean, if you think a week would be enough time to judge, that would be great. But if you need more time, we're open to that too. So I want to open it up for questions or comments. Very quiet. Well, what I would ask you to do is if you're interested in judging, please email Megan. Is that correct, Megan? Or myself, but Megan, I know they.
Yeah, they can just respond to the email that I sent about this saying I would like to judge. We just need your name and email address. And I think last year I put together an Excel for you, Julia, of all the interested participants. And we'll do that exact same procedure. If anybody on this call doesn't have my email address for some reason, let me know right now, and I'm happy to provide it. But I think you should all have it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I have a question. Yeah, no, it's Justin Harper. My email, for some reason, for over the last week and a half, I guess maybe the virus got to it. I don't know. But I cannot get I can only see emails from 3/6, so from March 6th. I can't see my current emails. I can only see them on my phone. Is there a way you can send that to my personal email?
Oh, of course. I would ask when you let us know, just give us the email address we should use. If that's okay.
Email account?
Yes, that's fine. Mm-hmm.
Julia?
Yes.
We just got a question on the chat.
Okay.
Robin saying that she joined the meeting late and she was wondering what the judging time frame is. I know you.
Sure. So I would let's if you could let Megan know by Monday. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. Monday, March 23rd. If you're interested in judging, then we'll send out the rubric on March 24th. The rubric with the Excel spreadsheet and the videos you would judge. There are links to videos. And then if we give you to, let's say April 1st to judge, is that acceptable? So a little over a week.
I think that's great, Julia.
Okay.
Robin said that works for her as well.
Okay, super. Any other questions?
Maybe I missed this. Are we going to be looking at all of these or just some of them?
No, you won't. Last year we had each judge about 10. We have 69 videos in total. So last year we really just had a handful of judges. It was great, 3 or 4, and so we divvied them up that way. But I would say 10 or less.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to add that once we get your top 5 or 10, whatever you send to NASA, then we'll have our directors of Johnson Space Center and maybe some of the NASA Hunch people review them and pick the final winners for each category. So you're the first reviewers.
Yes. And what I plan to send to Flo, this is what we have, is we hope, unless there are a lot of ties, which there may be, but my thinking was narrowing them down to actually top 12, which is 4 in each category, Flo.
Oh, that's good.
And then the two of us, or not the two of us, but NASA Hunch and ACTE can narrow it down to the top, like 2 in each category, and then Johnson Space Center. So that's how I was going to do it this year.
Yeah,
Top 12,
sounds
top 6. Any other questions?
Okay, if not, Julia, thank you so much for going over this and helping engage our volunteers. I hope you all will email me and we'll get a move on this volunteer opportunity. And I just want to remind everyone to look for our upcoming virtual discussions for next month. I hope to have those out to you by Monday or Tuesday of next week. And also to participate in our blog right now. We would love to have some topics specific to even what's going on right now with online education would be great topics as well. And I'm sure if we had some topics like that, Julia would help me spread them on our websites and things like that. So I encourage you really to get involved in the blogging process right now.
Yeah, actually, if I could chime in, we
Sure.
are with the research team, we're amassing a collection of distance learning and online learning resources. We have a page on our website that we've been promoting. So if you have anything you'd like to add to that, we're certainly happy to post that information as a resource.
Thanks so much, Julia. And thanks for everyone for joining the call today. That's all I had, unless anybody else has anything else. I will be in touch early next week.
Thank you
Thank
all so
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julia, again.
Right.
Thanks, Julia.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Megan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.